Well. I'm back, guys. I'm that dude they love to hate. I'm that dude from South Carolina they call Drummer 1980. That's my moniker. I hope y'all having a good day today out there. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why. Because after all, happiness is an inside job. And it will always be an internal affair. Well, guys, I'm back today again with my man Tariq Nasheed and one Anton Daniels. As we thought, guys, everything that we thought was spot on. The truth is finally coming out. For those that don't know, Anton Daniels is suing Corey Holcomb. But let's get to it, guys.
You know what I want to talk about? Y'all know, y'all remember when Anton Daniels was on Corey Holcomb's show and they got into that altercation. Anton Daniels was kind of popping off at the mouth and things almost got physical. I said then, the dude, Anton Daniels, you got to watch that cat. That dude got snitch bitch energy. He wasn't going to do nothing. If anything popped off, he would have got on the phone with the police, ran and filed a lawsuit. You kind of know cat's spirit. You kind of know the enemy or the energy of certain dudes. You know the energy. Anton Daniels, because Anton, he said a little weird, slick gossip shit about me. So he kind of has a little bit of spirit. You can tell. And there's a lot of these dudes that got that little spirit. So it's been announced this week. Anton Daniels went out here and him and his people, they went and filed a lawsuit against Corey. And we knew that was going to happen. Yeah, listen, I think that's a big move. Buddy, what do you expect from these cats? It's a new crop of dudes out here. I don't respect that. I don't respect that whole ass nonsense. Dudes pop off at the mouth and then go run to the authorities. Yeah, I told people then Anton Daniels was going to pull that. That's the kind of energy he has, man. Listen, there's a whole crop of these beta male bitch dudes out here who talk tough and instigate things and then run to the authorities. Again, I done been to court with these bitches. You know, I done smacked them up and all that. And I mean, these dudes be up in court crying like hoes. It's a whole different vibe of dudes. Can I talk to the women? Women, how y'all coping with these dudes out here? Women, is the dating pool like real polluted with these fuckers? Boy, my goodness. Yeah, some of y'all say y'all not dating. I feel for the women. I really feel for the women with these type of dudes out here. Listen, I'm an OG. I'm cut from a different cloth. That's why I get the level of respect I get as a man. I handle manhood business. I'm from a whole different era where men stood on men business. You did man shit. You said what you meant and meant what you said. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. If you get into it with folks, y'all step to each other like men and win, lose, or draw. That's what it is. And you going about your business. It's a whole new day these days.
Well, guys, let me shed some light on y'all real quick. Now, this is not going to be popular, but it's the truth. The lawsuit entails his daughter and his wife, not Anton Daniels. His claim is that Corey is profiting off of defamation of character with his daughter and his wife, not him. Now, we all seen the play before he even got there. We knew Anton is an instigator. We know all this stuff. But where Corey messed up is when he made a t-shirt of his daughter and he's profiting off of, and she's a minor. That's where the discrepancy is at, guys. Do I still think Anton Daniels is a pipsqueak? Yes. Do I think he's a Sambo? Yes. Do I think he's a coon? Yes. Do I think he a jigaboo? Yes. Do I think he's selling? Yes. All of the above. Huh? But where Corey messed up is when he profited off of a minor. Now, there's some people that would say, because they two schools of thoughts here going on, guys, simultaneously. Well, some people would say, and some people might make the argument, well, it is just satire. It's just entertainment. It's, he's a comedian. What do y'all think, guys? Put it in the comment section, guys, because I would like to know y'all train of thought, all right?
You get into it with niggas now, then the next thing you know, he's in a damn sundress with his feet done, sitting on a damn witness stand with a handkerchief and Gloria Allred rubbing his shoulders. Like, it's going to be all right. Who did it? Him. Well, we got some hoe-ass dudes out here in the game right now, man. And you know what it is? I call it revenge of the nerds. See, back in our day, we're my Gen Xers. Y'all know, we were tough. Us Gen Xers, and some of these is old. Some of these dudes are Gen Xers too, but these were the nerds from back in the day. I want y'all to understand something. Back in the day, when wasn't no internet and you had to get out here on these bricks and stand up like a man, you had to build the kind of personality that would keep you safe, meaning that you would have to be out here, you'd have to be a man of your word, you would have to stand on business, you would have to know how to defend yourself, because we come from an era where my FBA family, especially who got Southern roots, we couldn't be punks. Being a punk wasn't an option like that. You couldn't run home and then, hey, somebody about to beat me. Like, mom and them would be like, get your ass out there and come up off them shoulders. You better go out there and put them bangs up. We didn't have an option to be a punk. Yeah? That wasn't an option. Hell, back in the day, even the LGBT dudes knew how to fight. Well, some of them still know how to, but when a punk walk up on me, you got it, my nigga. He throw one of them sassy ass jabs and catch you with one of them bussified punches, it's a wrap. Nigga, don't underestimate sassy strength now. Don't underestimate sassy strength. They throw one of them bussified punches. You dig? He throw one of them punches at you and it's flicked looking, but don't let it catch you. Don't let that shit catch you. Yeah, even they had to get out there and put some damn work in. They had to move their thong to the side and start fighting. They would do whatever they had to do. But you couldn't be a punk, man. You just couldn't be. That was not an option. Now, some of the nerds who got sheltered by their parents, some dudes was just straight up bitches. They just couldn't come outside. You did have a couple of them. Some of them were mama's boys who had to stay up under their mama all the damn time. Now, you did have some mamas who coddled some of these dudes. They knew that their sons were weak, so they didn't let them come out there and kick it with the rough boys. Yeah? Yeah, certain dudes who had little breathing problems, they might have had a little asthma or some shit, so they had to stay in the house. There was something going on with them. Yeah, the mama would fight for him. Don't be bullying man. You know, all right, Miss Jenkins, we're not gonna bully man. You know, it was these little weird dudes. Something was a little wrong with them. They had a little ailment and they had to stay in the house. So now, you know, a lot of them were like real little. They were like little and demure, these little old demure niggas who couldn't really stand up for themselves. They were real small or whatever. Something was going on with them. Or fat. That was another thing. A lot of little fat niggas used to have to stay in the house. You know, they get jumped. Their little fat asses get jumped on. So they had to stay, you know, up under their mom eating. So now these dudes have grown up. The dudes who had to stay in the crib. And these are the big dudes who be talking greasy on the internet. On the internet, they're G Money Killer 63. They're all types of gangsters on the internet now. These were the nerds who had to stay in the crib and use a breathing machine back in the day. Now they super duper Vice Lord Crip Pyru on the damn internet. They banging on everybody.
Family, what he's saying is true. But on this particular case, he's off center though. Anton is not suing, from what I understand. He's not suing for what Corey did to him. He's suing for his wife and his daughter. What the old saying is, the kids are off limits, right? What do y'all think? Some people say he shouldn't have went in on the man's daughter and the man's wife. Because the girl was a minor at that time. According to sources, she was only 17. So the courts are going to look at it from that standpoint. They not going to look at it, well, she knew a minor. And you talking about something about her being a dyke and making a t-shirt. It don't look good for Corey, y'all. I'm going to just be honest with you. It just don't look good. He might have to come out the pocket on this one. What do y'all think? Are kids off limits? See, and this is what separates the boy from the men. I don't have no bias. Even though I know Anton Daniels is a straight up Sambo, I know that. Put him aside, okay? We talking about a minor, a 17-year-old girl. Are kids off limits? Is what I'm asking. Put it in the comment section.
1 foot off the porch. Yeah, they're streamers now. So that whole streaming thing has given people a lane where you ain't got to go outside. You don't really have to face consequences for being a fighter. See, back in the day, there were consequences to it. You just couldn't walk around being a fighter. Well, we saw what happened to Sneeko, all right? Streamer Sneeko, who talks real greasy, and recently he was out there in New York walking in the streets and somebody went up and snuffed him. You see? Yeah, the Johnny Somalis, these weirdo, you know what Johnny Somali, let's leave these weird tethers. They would have got stomped on doing all that goofy back in the day. Yeah, that's why a lot of these tethers, speaking of tethers, that's why they're so mad now, because all that little goofy stuff that they would do, they would get called out for it. You see, all that little goofy punk shit, they would get called out for it. You couldn't walk around us being a punk, being a little undermining goofball. You get called out. That's why they try to sit up. They made fun of me in school. They called me a booty scratcher. And I don't know what, you got punked out when you were a kid. It wasn't because you were an immigrant, because you were like a little buster. Yeah. But the people like Anton and others, these dudes, they got that snitch vibe, that snitch mentality. And notice the snitches back in the day, you couldn't be a snitch and an informant back in the day. Because again, you would have to hit the bricks. So you couldn't come outside. They would have to put snitches in witness protection back in the day. You would have to go somewhere. You would have to leave town if you were a snitch or an informant back in the day. You see? Yeah, snitches got stitches back in the day. But it's a new vibe right now. Now, family, look at what we got going on this internet right now. The snitch dudes, they got a lane online. You understand? Now you got the Charleston Whites. Charleston White is a known informant. I mean, this guy is an informant. When he was on the news back in the day, on the stand, I mean, in full color, snitching on his co-defendants. And he embraces being an informant. He instigates stuff online, instigates things with people, and then runs to the police. You see, he's an admitted snitch. And he has a lane. So you got to understand now, in this day and age, a lot of dudes are not operating from a code. It's a little finesse. It's a hustle now. See, even if a person was crooked back in the day or in the streets back in the day, there was a code about how you carried yourself. There was still an understanding that your name meant something, your word meant something, your dignity meant something. So today, dudes ain't got no moral code no more. You don't even have a manhood code no more. It's like, what can I do to get clicks and views online so I can monetize it? That's what their whole worldview is. Can I turn this into some clicks and views? And then a lawsuit, or can I turn this into a lick? If I get beat up, can I flip it into a lick? So there's no shame with these dudes.
You have to understand what a snitch is. A snitch is whenever two people committing a crime and then one flips on the other. Basically, it's what a snitch is. To be honest with you, you have to be objective. I think Tariq missing the point on this one. Now, what he's saying about Anton is true, but the lawsuit is not for Anton. It's not about them having a beef or whatever. It's about the daughter and the wife, but more so about the daughter is what I understand. So guys, so tell me what y'all think in the comment section. Is Anton Daniels justified, or is he just being a little punk and he's being too sensitive? The question then becomes, are kids off limits in a beef? I heard people say Kanye West shouldn't have talked about Jay-Z kids and drugged them. So you got to keep the same manager across the whole board now. Yeah, even though Anton is a sambo, if you can't talk about Jay-Z kids, if Kanye can't talk about Jay-Z kids, and that was wrong, yeah, Corey can't talk about Anton's daughter, and that be right. See, I'm objective, guys. Family. So y'all probably want to know my personal opinion. My personal opinion is this. If me and you are having a beef, the kids are off limits, especially minors. That's my personal opinion about that. Some people say, well, nothing is off limits. No hold bar. Everything goes. All right, well, okay. But the law says minors are off limits. And you can't profit off of a minor lackness, defamation of character, and all that good stuff, right? So, guys, tell me what y'all think. Put it in the comment section. Family, I think Corey need to be more careful. His research team need to be more careful, because some things that they be reporting on is not actual factual stuff. Somebody need to pull Corey coattails and say, look at him. Oh, gee, hey, bro. This might not be it, because you know how Anton Daniels is, man. You might not want to say nothing about his kid, man, because he's probably going to sue you. You can't just say anything, especially about a minor, guys. You have to be careful, Corey, man. I don't have nothing against the man personally. I think he's one of the top comedians, underrated. And I understand why he can't get into Hollywood. I understand all of that, because he won't do certain things. And I commend him for that, because some people would do anything for $1. But he stand on principles and morals, and kudos to him for that. It's not because the talent isn't there, because the talent is far beyond most comedians that you see. So it's not that, but he just don't want to compromise. So salute to that brother for that. But guys, tell me what y'all think. Put it in the comment section. And until next time, peace. And remember, there is more.